Hey guys, Jack here. Today is a different type of video. It's not a deck profile or anything like that. It's me talking about something, and today I want to talk about the Invoked archetype, which just came out in Fusion Enforcers, and Zoo, healthy for the game. In its current state that it is, before the whole Link Summon thing comes in, yes, I think it is very healthy for the game. You may be wondering why, but there's just one simple reason, in my opinion. This is all opinion, by the way, and if you don't agree, or if you agree and have different points, leave them in the comments down below, and I will be sure to read them all and get back to you if I can. I think they're healthy for the game because anybody can use them. That's that simple. Anybody can use them. You can splash Zoo into any deck. You can splash the Invoked into any deck, because Invoke's, what, 6 cards? It's your Alistair and your fusion spell. I can't remember its name. I can't even say it. I just can't get it out. There's one for pretty much every type as well. So you've got your darks, your winds, your fires, your waters, your earth, and your light. So pretty much every deck, apart from Divine, can use the Invoked engine, and pretty much everyone can use the Zoo engine because it's just so splashable. And the Invoked just gives older decks a boss monster, if that makes any sense. Something that's not its own boss monster, like Archfiends, for example. They're a good deck. They have a boss monster, which is their Archfiend First Lord of Horror. That's a really cool card. It's got a really cool effect. It's a bit outdated, which means that the dark Invoke card allows your opponent to only use one effect per turn and only attack once, which with that, in a deck like that, in a slow deck, it means that you can build up your board and your opponent's not going to wipe you out because it can only activate one spell and trap per turn. And then monster effect, I think it's just monster effect, and then they can board wipe attack you. So if they pendulum summon and attack you, you're safe. And that's splashable into tons and tons of decks, because any deck can run a dark rank 4 monster, which they can use with Alistair to go into the dark one. I can't remember the names; they're just too complicated for me to say. But so you can go into Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, use that to fit half an attack of a monster, then fusion, and then go off that way with it. You've got the Wind one, which is a Book of Moon on during either player's turn, and then you've got the light one, I think it is the one that negates spells and traps and banishes. That's really powerful. Tellarknights could use that, no problem, because once they've got going and they've got all their trap cards, like their Oasis and their Call of the Haunted set, they could special summon everything they need, then go into the light guy, and then they've got a negation on board. So they can feel free to go into Trevor and stuff and not worry about certain things, or not worry about mirror forces and stuff like that. They can do many things. I do realise this Tellarknight one's a bad example because Trevor bounces everything back, but that's even better because it resets your fusions. It means you only have to waste one extra X space for it. So, and with Zoo works well with the Invoked, because then that even gives you, with the Zoo engine, it gives you access to one of the Invoked. It gives you access to the Earth Invoked, which is just a wall and a beater, which is really cool. No effect, it's just a wall and a beater, and it is super cool. It looks really cool. I'm trying to pick that one up myself for my UAs, because, yeah. Then this is an example I'm going to use, is UAs. I've got normal UAs with the Terratop engine for the Invoker, and that helps you get out your midfielder. But then I splash Zoo into that. And my god, the consistency! I've got my place for my UAs, and then I've got my Zoo as a backup. So it means that normally I bring out 1 to 2 monsters per turn, potentially 3 if I open up good in a normal UA deck. But with Zoo, I can end up with 3 Xyzs and a UA monster on board that can negate stuff. So I end up with a Trident on board, being able to with a negation from my Perfect Ace, and then I've got back row set and stuff, so it helps older decks. That's these two engines. Yes, they're in meta decks, but they're relatively cheap compared to what I thought there were. You don't even need to run Barrage, is the Zoo engine. Like, a generic Zoo engine for any deck that you don't want to run Barrage, it'd be the Terratop Tatamborg Invoker engine. You don't have to run that, but that's a slightly, if you want to go down that route, that's slightly more expensive. But it's still a good idea to run that if you've got it or you can afford it, or if that's the thing that you want to do. But then you could just run three rat and 1 or 2 whiptail, and there you go. Because you go into the monkey guy, I can't remember what it's called, then tiger mortar, then into bullhorn. Obviously, you're detaching as you go to special summon rats off these, and then you go into your Drancia with the bullhorn as an underlay unit, and then you can equip the whiptail to it, and then it gains attack and stuff like that. But you can run that in any deck. It's just with rat. All you have to do is just normal summon a rat, and then you've got a Drancia on board. And then if your deck's got special summoning capabilities, you then just special summon and build up your board that way. But you've got something to you've got an out for your opponent, which is your Drancia, or if you're running the invokes, you've got an out with one of your invokes, or you've got something to stun or slow down your opponent with that. And you can run these in any decks. Like, you can run pretty much any of the evokes in any deck, depending on what your extra deck is, because you can just go into your extra deck and then use that to fuse it into something from your extra deck. Some of the evokes are even instant fusionable. Like, you might want to use them for a turn. Like, you might be scared that your opponent's got something like a battle trap that you don't want to deal with, like a storming mirror force or a quaking mirror force. So you go for the light guy. Actually, I don't think that one can be instant fusion, but yeah, I know like the dark guy and the wind guy. I think Rajin, some of the wind guy, he can book a moon to it. You want to book a moon to it? Instant fusion, book a moon it, run over it. There you go. It's just instant fusion. It's like level 5. So instant fusion is possible with that. So that's cool. This is the fact that they're just so splashable into pretty much every deck is really cool. They don't take up any space, which is the best part about it. You might want to drop a few spells and traps for it, or you might want to get rid of the stuff that's inconsistent in it, which is really, really cool. And I like these engines, and I don't normally go out and spend money on like decks and stuff. I don't really spend a lot of money, but with Zoo, it's worth it because it's going to be around for a while, because you've still got Maximum Crisis to come out, and there'll be more support in there. The Invoked will be around for a while because it's not broken. It's an engine. It's not really a deck. It's an engine. It's not particularly super duper broken, and they'll be around for a little bit. 1 or 2 of them might get hit, but that's going to be expected with an archetype like that. And then with Zoo, that's going to get hit eventually, but until at least summer, it's going to be viable. So you might as well invest while you can. And that's just my opinions on the Invoked and Zoo. They are healthy for the game. They bring back old decks, so it means that you can play Rogue again, and you don't really have to worry about your opponent being too much more powerful than you, having too much more power than you, because you have the same stuff as them, and you're not really fussed because you're still going to do your plays with your deck and the Zoo. They work separately, but they work together. Like, they don't interact with each other too much like normally, but it's just an engine that works and gets stuff out on board. So I'm just rambling now. That's my thoughts on Zoo and the Invoked archetypes. I think they're really, because they're so splashable and they are so versatile and any deck can use them, I feel like it means that it gives rogue decks a chance. It means other decks can come back. It means that old meta can be played in a different way, in a new creative way. It's also very creative what you can do with these things and how people play them. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give this video a like and a subscribe. Well, don't subscribe to the video. Subscribe to me and give the video a like. And I will see you next time with another video. Peace.